Oh, we're live. Oh my goodness. I looked up and there it was. Snuck up
Hi.
on me, you
I
guys.
know, right?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Psychicfixes here, and we're going to be doing readings later. And we got some interesting things to talk about. Ah, I can hear an echo. Oh, well, it's fine. It's not bothering me.
Not
Hopefully,
bothering me.
it's not going to
I don't
bother
hear.
anybody else.
I'm not
Well,
worried about
hi,
it.
everybody. Hi, Tammy from Broomsticks. How are you?
Hi. Good. Good to see everyone again.
Oh, thank you for coming back on. I'm just like, I've been stalking you. Hi, what are you doing?
I know. Debbie's around the corner.
Happy to help.
I'm
Happy to
learning
help.
how to stalk, that's for sure. Yeah, because oh my goodness, what a busy month we had. We had Lady T, we had Crystal Hardy, which we talked about death doula. Oh my gosh, that was so interesting. I got a lot of great feedback from that show. And I got some people that actually got a hold of me and they're actually kind of in it. But I want to tell you guys something really interesting is that Crystal was talking about these couple companies that deal with this
Mhm.
and taking care of people at the time of death and helping them pass. And for 2 days after that, I turned on iHeartRadio.
Mhm.
And guess what the commercial is for one of those companies?
Oh wow.
What? I've never heard
Oh,
of this
wow.
Wow.
before. And every time I turn it on, here is the company, and we help people peace of mind. We have them usher them to the other side, and be there for their death and everything. And I'm sitting there going, "Am I listening to this commercial? What are the odds?" I said, "It's important." So
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm going to be involved with it sometime. If the other side is just yelling out, "Hey, hey, hey," I'm not going to be a death doula, but maybe I'm going to be involved somehow. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, this October and this crazy, crazy, and I'm nice saying crazy, year of 2020, we are closer to all this stuff. And man, so many people are
Mhm.
transitioning to the other side. I mean, we have a lot of deaths. We had in San Diego 12 deaths in one day. And I watched this, and maybe there's no deaths, one death, five deaths. There was a dozen people that went, and I'm like, we we have spirits and death and stuff going all over the place. I can imagine. What do you guys think? Because if this is happening so much in San Diego or around us, don't you think that some of the spirits will be coming looking for people like us?
Well,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, well, I
I
think
want to
to
know
a
where
certain
I
extent.
am.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think to a certain extent there will be, but I think a lot of healing has happened this year, though. Too. 2020 has been a year of spiritual enlightenment for many people. A lot of light workers have come together to help each other out, but at the same time, it's one of those things where we're doing our own inner working as light workers. That dark night of the soul, that kind of thing. A lot of us that have healed ourselves, we've also healed those wounds in those around us that may also, you know, be on their healing path or their dark night of the soul or whatever it is. So a lot of healing is come across many different levels, many different types of lifestyles or people in their own living. And I think it's helped a lot of people tie up those loose ends so where that they don't have unfinished business, which is a blessing, you know. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of people have helped out in healing in certain parts of their lives now so that they are able to pass on, peacefully.
Yeah,
um,
I agree.
Tammy, what do you think? 2020 has the weirdest energy. And yes, things are, people, there's a lot of healing going on and stuff like that. But there's so many people going through this. I think as like we were destined to go through it. And also, I feel like people are we're closer to the veil, so to speak, because I feel like more and more stuff is going on, be it paranormal activity or gifts of more knowing. I notice that the readings that I do so much clearer, so much clearer. Just you got the whole story. I feel like we're closer. What do you think, Tammy?
I agree. 2020 was always predicted to be that year of clear vision. 2020, just like when you go to the eye doctor. The catch is this: there's always major shift, major change, major loss just before clarity hits. So I think this year, I wasn't expecting a plague. I don't think anyone was, but there's always some kind of major that happens before you take off. So I am hoping that 2021, 2022, 2023, and so on, that we're going to have those major shifts of growth and unity and positivity come through. This is the muck you have to get through to get there.
Okay.
So I see it all around. I see it in my readings too, where things are coming through faster, easier, clearer. People are figuring themselves out. They're figuring their lives out because you kind of have no choice right now. When you're stuck in quarantine or stuck at home or stuck doing less work, then you can only focus on yourself because now you're facing you in the mirror every day. And I think this is a big push to do that. It's not about what you need to do and get to and attain anymore. It's about, where am I blessed? What do I have? What do I truly need? Like Crystal just said, it's a major shift in consciousness all the way around. So while the loss is heavy and it's hard and it's sad, I think it's a necessary balancing point. And I think it happens over and over again. It's just we're able to pay attention to it a little bit more this time.
Yes. And because the clarity is the biggest thing, is that I feel like that we are having clarity in our readings and a bump up of energy in intuitive stuff coming in. And it's amazing. But I really want to feel like more and more, I kind of got rid of a lot of the paranormal activity that was happening in my home because it was very distracting because it was so big and things fly and this, that, and the other. But it's come back and more spirits coming in, which kind of shocked me because I keep them out usually. And I'm going, oh, well, hi, somebody's here and this, that, and the other. So I feel like they're around more. I feel like the energy has really bumped up. And I'm going to tell you guys, and I think, Carla, you could attest to this, the manifesting. Oh my gosh, you guys, manifest. I am telling you, you have the best chance of having some great big giant thing come into you. And I did. And it was so short. It was like a week and a half. And my life has changed. It literally has changed for this wonderful stuff. And I'm like, holy cow. So here we have this opportunity to manifest, to have clearer communication with spirits. And now we haven't been out in the field, so to speak, to see if there's spirits out there that need help. Are they stuck? Do they need to cross? Was a fast COVID took them real fast or whatever? So I don't know what's happening out there, but I know that some of it's coming back into my home. So it is such a change up. I haven't done a reading to see what's going to, a little bit more about the shift in the energy and what's going to happen to the light workers and, spiritual readers and stuff. I'd like to do that maybe on another show that we're going to have, because I think that's important to see what's out there for the intuitive group. Or is it going to be even better and get going bigger and bigger and bigger? And just like you said, Tammy, I think we're just ready to take off.
I hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is awesome that we can get the information.
Yeah.
And come in such detail. And I catch myself really do the reading and really getting into things like, this is the thing you're going to have, and this is exactly what's going to do, and this is when it's going to happen, and being so matter of fact. which I try to do, but it's just like increased. So, and Carlos does not like 2020. I know that.
You know what? This year, you know what? We hate to love it, Carlos, but it's brought us to, it's stretched us, and it's brought us to, it's actually opened up a gateway for all of us that are stepping through our spiritual journey to bring our life purpose to the forefront. A lot of us are like, I know I have a bigger purpose here. I mean, there's got to be more. How many times you wake up every morning and you're like, there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than this. I mean, this just can't be it. This just ain't it. I do it. I used to do it all the time. I felt like I wasn't, you know, I'm like, I just want to go home. I want to go home because I'm not, you know, some of us are just not from this realm. We're not from here. And when we learn exactly, when we start learning and we start catching on, the synchronicities catch up with us and we're like, aha, now we know why. And it becomes very clear.
There's two things I always remember every morning when I get up, aside from my gratitude, is things my grandmother's taught me. One always said that without bitter, you don't appreciate sweet, and without sweet, you don't know what bitter is. The other grandmother always said, life is like a pearl. If you don't hear irritation, you don't have growth. You won't develop that shine. You won't develop that gift. So yeah, 2020 is hard. It's hard for all of us, but it's a necessary difficulty so that we can advance, so that we can evolve.
Yeah,
right. That's
so many things. People are having experiences. It also, what worries me a little bit is the stress, because when we look at the beginning of the year and as it kept coming and catching momentum, it was like a snowball getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because it wouldn't be a pandemic and then it's the hornets and then it's a tornado and then it's an earthquake and then it's a hurricane. And then it's some kind of the election. And I mean, it just got gigantic, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't, we wanted a day of peace. I would wake up and say, just nothing today, God, nothing today, right? And then I turn it on and it would be memes about, you know, something crazy like the killer hornets, you know, or something. I was like, are you kidding me? Every month got something coming. And I'm really ready for healing to start with the virus, and really, you know, praying for that, manifesting for that. And I would like to see more and more, you know, groups get together and hold some kind of Zoom thing where people are really directing the energy to take the virus out. And or at least push the medical community to perfection, and for you know, hope to eradicate it. So I'd love to see that. And I haven't seen that many, like there's like prayer day, or there was like heal the world day or whatever, and I'm like, why isn't that happening more often? I think it needs to. I might have my own.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, I think, where most people, I think if most people will wake up every morning in gratitude and they would hold that high vibrational energy of being happy, of feeling love unconditionally. There you go. That's Q. You know, that's Q word. I mean, the vibration around the world would totally be unbelievable. I mean, a lot of these things would disappear. We would be able to function more easily, and we would be much healthier because a lot of those lower vibrational energies would be out of our aura, out of our, you know, out of our field, and we'd feel much better. Don't get me wrong. I have my days. You know, I have my days just like anybody else, but you know, like allergies, those kind of things, you know, sometimes but you also have to respect, you know, when you're going through your evolution, you have to honor your tiredness, you know, you want to take a nap, you know, drink lots of water, all those kind of things. Right. So there's a lot to take a, you know, gotta.
Let's talk about this dark energy, this muck that is, you know, forms. We knew before COVID came that dark energy will hang where there's fear, where there's all this kind of grief and stuff like that, because they like it. Let's feed on it. Let's get bigger.
Yes.
Well, COVID came and created this this muck, this dark energy, this stuff that grows and grows, because fear has driven a lot of people during this year. And so we can't be in that lower muck. It's just like Edgar Casey, who I love.
Yes.
I wanna do what he did. I need a really good hypnotherapist, and I'm there. But he talked about going up, to the library. So he'd go up on this little white light and go up there, ascend it, and then get into the library and help his patients. Well, the thing is, he talked about how heavy and dark and quicksand, mucky that it took energy to get out of this lower vibration. So we need to uplift everything. We have to have that positive attitude. We have to grab the love, the happiness, or whatever, and we have to start doing it. And I really do feel that towards April we'll be in a better place. And I haven't done reading past that, but I have this. They did tell me that America is going to come back. It's going to be fantastic and powerful and have money. But that was the ultimate outcome card for me. So I knew things were going to be better. But right now is the time for all of us to do all the great things. Put on the spa music. I had it on before I came live, and bring ourselves up, get the vibration up, and somehow get, clear, smudge, whatever you want to do, but get that stuff off and get up higher in the vibration so that we are not in that muck, because that slows us down. That keeps us down, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Keeps you down. And
yes, ma'am.
We can't get depressed. We need to find our strength, and we can't be in the muck. No mucking around, you guys. I wanted to address this viewer.
I love it.
Angelia, I manifest all the time, but it hasn't worked for me yet. Okay. Let me tell you. First of all, PM me, Angelia, and I'm going to send you a copy of Many Ways of Manifesting in digital form, okay? Instantly going to give it to you. So I find with a lot of my clients that they just got to tweak it a little bit. Because I always say, so if you were in front of me, I'd say, what exactly are you doing? What are you saying? And then we tweak it a little bit. It can be like you didn't put a timeline in. When do you want it? When you're 99? Did you tell them you want it now? Did you tell them you want it in the next month? So there's little tweaks that you have to do when you manifest. And the biggest thing is, if one method doesn't work, find another one. Or if you do one way all the time, it stops working, find a different way to manifest. So in my book, there's many ways I have in there, and find one that resonates, and that's easy. Commanding energy is really, really the simplest. So it may be that you need to raise your vibration. It may be that you need to just do something a little bit differently. Do you guys have any suggestions for her?
Excuse me.
The first thing that came to mind for me is an old crass statement that my Navy buddies used to say, which is, grass grows where you water it, not where you tinkle on it. So it's that mental focus of what are you attracting, that law of attraction. Are you focused on the things that are letting you down or the negative, or are you really, truly, solely focused on what you want to manifest, that positive, what you're trying to bring in? Because even a little dash of that you drop in while you're working that intention shifts the whole batch.
Yes, absolutely, Tammy. That's exactly what I was going to say. And you have to believe in it. Absolutely believe in it. You can't second guess it. You're like, but do I deserve it? Well, of course you deserve it. We all deserve the finer, the better things in life. But we have to also know the difference between wants and needs.
Right.
If you really need it. I mean, like air. Do I need it like air? Do I just want it because I want it?
This is what I tell everybody. When I use commanding energy, it's universe I want, not please, not it'd be really nice if. It's universe I want this. I'm commanding energy. Okay, I'm telling the other side what I want. I'm putting the energy out. This is what I want. Universe, I want. There's a blank, fill it in. Bring it to me. When, put the time in, but be direct. This is not what I need this, or this would be nice, or if you want to give it to me, give it to me. No, command that energy, universe. I want blank, put it in, give it a timeline, and be in gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am thankful. I am in gratitude that you've heard me and it's coming into me, and you'll be super surprised. But do PM me. I'd love to give that to you. Okay. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Look at all these people.
I know. They're all such lovely people.
Hi, Jessica. Hi, Kathy. Carlos is in the house.
Woohoo!
And Carlos is like our social person. He's saying hello to everyone and giving hearts.
I like it.
Isn't that neat?
Carlos is a good person.
Okay. So, and Angelia says absolutely, and she thanks us. That's great. But what I kind of wanted to talk about tonight, and there's so many things we could talk about, like, oh, I just got the witch's calendar. Yes, I love it. And
I love it. That's top shelf stuff.
Oh, I know I want to sit down and just read, and it's for next year, but I'm like, I want to write all this stuff out, and it's really.
There's so much information in there. Oh man, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I did put a picture of it, I think, on the fan page. It's just so interesting. And let's see. I want to tell everybody that we're not going to do a show on the 25th. Okay, there's a lot going on during that, that weekend and everything. And I'd really like to spend it with my son and my husband. So we're going to pass on that day and start fresh for November. Oh, may I give myself a plug here for my subscription box? So on the fan page, I have a subscription box, a virtual one. I was walking and I go through the house, not like you, Tammy. You're my.
I know, right?
Walking through the hallway, when it came to me about doing it was really hard and uphill. It was easy. In came this thought, and part of the process of getting money-making ideas and things like that is a manifesting thing. And I get them right into my head. And I go, a virtual subscription box. So let me just tell you, I have 4 left. Do I have 4? No, I have 3 left. And what I do for you for December is that I do a reading for you the first week. It's for the whole month. The next week, and I videotape it. The next week I videotape, I believe it'll be a crystal grid that I make just for you based on your reading. What do you need to come in, and I dedicate it for you. And then the next week is a candle manifesting. So whatever your reading told me, and I set the crystal grid that one week, that one I will go ahead and videotape me doing a candle ritual for you and dedicating a certain candle just for you. The color, everything's very powerful. And then Oracle Pool on the last week. It's $40.
I love it.
I want everybody to be able to afford it. And it's a new thing for me. I'm excited because I do readings literally like 5 or 6 a day, every day. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I get to play in crystals and I get candles and all of that. So if you want to do it, I only have 3 left because I got to limit it so that because I also have a subscription for readers for readings every week for people. So I got to limit it, but I'm trying it out. Maybe I can do more in the new year. So if you want to get, what has she got? I know I stalk you on Etsy, but that's what I'm supposed to do. A little bit about what you have in your shop or what's going on. Are you going to be doing a festival or anything?
So just had one this past weekend, but the second Saturday in December will be another La Pulga Flea Market in National City. If you go to the Broomsticks Facebook page, you'll see a posting as soon as everything gets arranged. Of course, this is barring COVID and if the rates go up and down and whatnot. So we're hoping to have our market. The store right now, my Etsy store, is in flux. I've had a lot of orders come in on private message, so things are a little off. But if you're looking for something, just message me. I'll be happy to do custom orders, custom work. If you don't know me yet, I do bath and body. I make wreaths. I do candles. New age retail. You name it, I probably can do it, or I know somebody who does. So I'd be happy to help anyone out. If you're doing your holiday shopping, come see me.
All right. Well, yeah, that's right. Because this is the best thing. And I remember Kim Boshu from Checker Lily Apothecary. She had put a big thing out saying support the Etsy small business owners during this time. Buy your Christmas presents on there. And I just love the Etsy commercial that's on television. Have you guys seen it?
I don't watch
someone. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. The little boy has a bat bow tie. I'm like, yes, look at that. There's beautiful enamel bird ear. The lady has a bird and it matches her earrings.
Oh my God.
I mean, they're just, everything is so cute.
That's the good stuff I miss when I don't watch TV.
Oh, it was really, really sweet and all the amazing things that people, it's like, am I going to be able to find those bird earrings or whatever? But it's really, really cute. And cool. I know. So do support small businesses and get them through this time period, plus have some really neat things under the tree. And Angelia said that she is appreciative. And so anyway, what I wanted to talk about was flash precognition. Does any of our viewers know what that is? Because I had a client come and send me a message, and I was like, "What is that?" And he asked how to develop it, as a talent and a skill, metaphysical skill. So he sent me a link, and it took me to fandom. And it was all comic books and, anime and all this. I'm like, what am I doing? Is this a superhero thing or what? But it did show like this person knowing, it was like little pings, little flashes everywhere, and knowing what is coming, let's say 1, 2, 3 seconds ahead, 5 seconds ahead, and being able to react to it. To me, it's like be like Wonder Woman, like getting the bullets, or the arrows.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then I had to think about that because, it's my psychic alarm that gives me that instant thing about something wrong, about somebody or what's going on.
Yeah,
pardon me, and But then again, I'm like, so isn't that something that just is a gift or is a talent, is a skill that came to you that you actually have, maybe via DNA or whatever? But I go, I think you can, develop it. I told him to practice. I'm like, practice.
Yeah, I'm like,
have you guys ever heard of that before, Carla?
I don't think I have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't that kind of like meditation or something like that to strengthen that third eye?
Well, Tammy, do you know about this?
Yeah, maybe. What do you
just a little bit. I have heard of it and heard of it called that before. But really what it comes down to is just that gut feeling. It's listening to your gut. And so as far as development goes, from what I understand and what I have seen, it's just staying open. It's being open to messages. The more you do that, the more it comes to you. If you're stepping into a meeting and you have that weird feeling, listen to it. Search the room, scan with your eyes, listen with your ears. What are you picking up on? Is it somebody's vibe? Is it somebody giving you stink eye? Whatever it is. But that's what I understand it to be. And I'm sure there's other meanings and other versions depending on who you are or how you're trained or whatnot. But that's my experience is, I can get in the car and have that inkling of, if I leave right now, there's going to be an accident. I'll just wait 5 minutes. And I do. I listen to that gut feeling because it's never wrong. It's there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. It's so spooky that the stuff, happens. And it has been a good tool for me and right on. And there's a lot of times that I say, no, we're not going yet. or we get stalled. And I said, that's for a reason.
Yep.
But some of the times when I don't go, then you hear the sirens. You go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
you know,
does.
that's what Keith always says on his way home from Del Mar, from the coast. It takes him about 30, 45 minutes to get home sometimes. And he says, I always get stuck behind some slow guy or girl in the middle of the night, because he comes home almost close to midnight, you know. And I'm like, just enjoy the ride, man. You're
They're
just being
saving you.
guided by, they're saving you from something. I said, so you can cuss and scream or say whatever you say. I said, just enjoy the ride. There's a reason for it. Spirit's trying to slow you down.
Yeah.
To enjoy life a little bit more, to, you know, embrace that moment, man. But he's just like, I just want to get home. I get it. But you're being guided.
Know that sometimes it's to save your life.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
to take a different path, or just don't go. And mostly it's just like, don't go. And I'll tell you the first time that it really knew what it was about and everything. And I've talked about this before. I was having a meetup, which I have 410 people now, thank you, on meetup here in San Diego. And so, yeah, but they're only getting virtual stuff right now until we can start getting in. But they're still joining. It's fine.
Amen.
But I was going to teach tarot, and I was expecting everybody at 10 o'clock, and nobody showed. And I know there were two people that were kind of weird. They were messaging me once in a while, you know, oh, sorry, couldn't come. Sorry, we wish you could come. We didn't come. Sorry, you didn't. I'm like, they're weird. So they asked, could they come and get a reading? And I said, yes, but please don't RSVP, just show up and somebody will give you a reading. And so I noticed nobody came. And so I heard a car, and I walked over to the window, and I couldn't see the car because there's a wall across my home. And up, the door opened, and up came a head. And as soon as the head popped up, it got me right in the gut. And that's where I know that's the psychic alarm, right in the gut. And then I'm told in a big loud voice, Jehovah Witnesses. Now, I have nothing against Jehovah Witnesses unless they're going to infiltrate my meetup to tell me I'm doing the wrong thing. They cannot come into my home and do that. And that came in a big loud voice, and I stood up, and here were the two people standing out on the street. So I ran to the door, and I go, holy cow. And I grabbed the door, and I flew open and put my hand out, and I said, stop. And they were right at the brick path. And I said, you don't want to be here. And you know what we're doing, and you need to go. And so the guy was a large man, super size. And she was normal. And he stayed there. And she kept coming towards me. And I said, you need to go. And she'd say, like, what color paint did you paint your bench out here? Red. You know, I'm like,
yeah.
No.
She wanted to give me stuff. I'm not going to take your stuff. I believe in God. And I believe in Jesus. That's my personal thing. But you're here to disrupt me, and you're going to leave. And so she turned, and she got to him, and then he yelled. And here's this really big guy, and he yells, and he turns around, and he goes, wait, how did you know? And I'm like, in my head is saying, what part of psychic don't you get? You know? Yeah. And I go, your hands. You know, he had a book in his hand. What that told me. And they turned and they left. So that's when I first knew about psychic alarm. I knew it was down here in your abdomen, because I have people come over and say, my chest hurts. I know it's true. I know it's right, and I'm like, no, that's stress. This is your chest muscles. Let's go down here. And when it gets you there, I know. How many people tell me that?
I love it.
It's gas. He loves me, and he's coming back. My chest hurts. You're stressed out. Calm down.
Gas. That's gas.
Although You know, have you ever had that moment where something gets stuck in your throat, like you're about to say something, especially if it's something that's like really true, but it might not be the nicest thing, and then it gets hung up in your throat?
Mm-hmm.
I still think that that's the throat chakra going, don't do that. Be nice.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. That's your throat chakra.
it just comes right out.
That's your throat chakra saying, "Speak your truth, but land the plane softly, sister."
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It just stops you from doing stuff.
Yeah.
It stops me
You know
from
why?
doing stuff.
You know why?
what?
Because they can ask you.
Disconnect me off the phone and stuff.
See? Exactly. Saves you from yourself.
Yeah.
I try to get back on because I'm going to tell them, you know. And they're saying, "No, you're not connecting. We're cutting the internet off."
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
We call that a spiritual timeout.
I like that one. That's good. I've been in a lot of them, apparently.
You know what? It happens to the best of us, man. Sometimes I just like, what? I'm like, forget it. Yeah.
Yeah, good. I never forget.
Yeah.
So
I'll catch up.
What we'll do is we'll go back to the fact that we are fortunate, and we need to ask the other side for this gift to come and be stronger, because it will save your life. And boy, I've been through so many near death stuff. How about you guys? Have you ever come close?
If I have, I'm unaware of it because I've been spiritually guided and protected for many moons. So,
oh man,
yeah,
I was crazy stuff.
That one big owl when I was driving that one time when I was in the house. Remember that big owl? That big owl was the size of a toddler. I swear. I swear. It's the size of a toddler, and it was big, huge. It was like I had my Silverado back then. It was like the wingspan was huge. It covered like the whole windshield from side to side, and it was just flying in front of me the entire time.
I swear it's probably a gargoyle or something.
It was a white owl. It was a white owl.
One.
It was a white owl the size of a 2-year-old toddler. It was I couldn't believe it. I was like driving, and I was going to work 3 o'clock in the morning all the way to Marietta.
Wake up.
I just got on the freeway. I wasn't even around 5 minutes. I was fine. And I was like, for whatever reason, he wanted me to see him, and he stopped right and swooped in front of me for a couple, maybe like 10 seconds. And I kept driving, and he just was like right in front of me, just flowing back.
Carla, so when something like here's a deer, here's a owl or whatever, and we go, oh my God, and all that. But then again, the guy goes, oh, hi, Mr. Ghost, come on in. What's your name? What are you doing? Oh, hey, demon lady. Oh, the hag, you know.
Yeah,
you know,
I wasn't scared though.
I get all those crazy calls from Satan all the time, you know. I'm like, okay, not today, Satan. You know, there's all weird stuff happening. So
ever since remember that time that you called, you're like, listen to the voicemail I got, the voice message you got, and then the next day I woke up and had like a freaking bite arm on my arm. It's still there. I know. That was weird. Y'all check your bed for bugs or whatever, but it wasn't a bug. It was like a mouth. It looked like a mouth. It was weird. Anyways, good times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a little Gumby. Gumby bites. They scratch and bite. Gumbies do. The little.
It was weird. It felt like a burn. It felt like a burning sensation, but I was like asleep.
Oh my God. Tammy, what do you think that was?
It was weird.
The first thing that comes to mind is imp energy. So I don't know if you had something running through that decided it needed to take a nibble or what.
It was the weirdest thing. It looked just like a mouth, and it had like the teeth were.
It was like.
Yeah, it was like right here. Yeah, it was like it's still there, kind of, sort of, like the indentation. You could see it, like the tooth marks. It was like a snaggle tooth, and all I remember was a burn.
I think, and imp. What you say is an imp is probably what I call a Gumby, and be a small. I don't energy.
Yeah, because my arm was hanging off the bed.
Oh my gosh. When you're little and you can't let anything go off the bed. No foot, nothing can go down the side.
And I never do. I I never have my feet dangling off the bed. I never have my arms, nothing. But that night, I remember sometimes, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I was just kind of like, I scratched it, whatever. And I woke up in the morning and I looked, and it's still there. It's like a mouth. It's like indented there.
You showed me, and it was like so
Yeah.
red, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like yang 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 yang.
And Keith didn't get bit by spiders or nothing. We didn't have spiders because we had just
No,
vacuumed.
nothing is going. You know what? Nothing's going to do that. If you have a reaction, and usually there'll be a little. Look at, I've been bit by everything, the black widow, everything. And then it spreads out. But yours looked like it just happened like this, not spread
it was
out.
like a mouth. It was like that.
Yeah.
So I just put Neosporin on it. And I'm like, next time, better luck next time, sucker. Yeah, because I mean, I'm not going to be afraid of it. It's just like,
the line in the
yeah.
Oh my God. I think you just challenged the imp.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever, son, bring it on. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
Right.
Jennifer, what guy is in your hallway? There's a guy in your hallway. I know how to get rid of
Jennifer is actually a friend of mine. Who's in your hallway, honey?
She does have one.
Oh my goodness. If anybody can get rid of, banish the guy in the hallway, unless it's your husband.
I know. I'm like, I can see like a tall, dark shadow, but I don't see like when you said that, I'm like, there's like a shadow man that just popped up. Does she really have it? Is it her? Tammy?
And Jennifer's an old friend of mine. So if she says she's seeing something, she's seeing something. But we haven't personally talked about it. So Jennifer, if you're hearing me, message me or message Carla, somebody. Let's talk about it.
Well, no, she could post it here. That's no big deal.
Message Debbie.
If you want to.
Because it's a tall. I can see it. It's a tall. I think it's your hat. I think it's your hat, man, Debbie.
Well, I was just going to ask if he had a hat. That guy I didn't banish because he belonged to the building. And Jennifer, what's the guy in your hallway? So in that building, there's so many people that have ghosts that they want to keep them.
Yeah.
That's part of the draw of that building. I did ghost tours in. The draw was to do the ghost tours and bring the people into the building, and they go into the theaters and stuff.
Yeah, she says it is the Hat Man.
Oh,
he's been with her since she was a kid. Yeah, I can see that.
Are you afraid of him or used to him, or he must not cause you trouble, or does he? I know Tammy knows how to take care of him. Yeah. And I also have a book I wrote on protective magic. So he threatened my mom with a knife when I was a kid.
Holy shit.
Tammy! This needs to be taken care of.
Right.
I'm afraid of him. I'd be happy to help. Or Tammy, you can, whatever. I'd be happy to help. Yeah. The only thing that happened when I worked with this one Hat Man is the fact that he pushed our friend Chris. And when I had that St. Benedict's cross out, she got pushed forward. And I'm like, no to do that. So also I use, so Tammy, you can give your 2 cents too. What I do with the Hat Man and stuff is I go to do the practices of Samantha E. Harris, and she's a pretty famous demonologist, a young woman in Michigan. She's been on a lot of the paranormal television shows. And so on my site, I have how to cleanse and clear your house, and the warfare prayer. You can PM me and I'll give it to you, but she uses that on demons, the warfare prayer. And she has it online. If you guys were to Google, I think it's Samantha E. Harris warfare prayer. It'll come up. She freely gives it. And it's something that the whole family has to say in each room. And she uses certain things on demons rather than when we have the Gumbies and we have this and that and the other. We're going to use a different practice on them. But when it comes to a Hat Man, he's up a little bit more up on the chain than the other lower entities. So you do have to, I would work with against getting him out like I would a demon. So if I can be of any help, and Tammy, I guess you'll contact her, or she can contact you, correct?
She says that she says that, put that up there, Debbie, honey. She has something else there. She said that her ex-husband passed away too. So I think your husband's actually helping to protect you. That's just so odd for the Hat Man to stick around for so long. There's something that he's...
Yeah, except
That's
for
weird.
he's stuck to one building. I know there's one stuck to a building. So this sounds like it's stuck to a person for some reason. Now the ex can have a soul rescue later on. If you feel that he's there for protection, we don't want to take him out, but we want to get rid of the Hat Man. And John Waller's "Our God Reigns Here" is a helpful song.
Wait, why would you? She said that her mom, I'm sorry, Debbie, she said that her mom created him.
What was your mom into?
Yeah, why did your mom create him? I mean, I'm like, because normally they don't stick around that long. This is where I'm confused, because he's like, she can never get rid of me. This is something your mom has tied you to. Tammy, yeah, you need to take a look at that, because that's just out of the ordinary. And if that's something that the mom created because of anger and rage.
And I'll send you a message, Jennifer. Let me think about this one for a second.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out where the binding is.
Okay. If you need me at some point outside of the show to do readings on the entity or the mom or anything, I'd be happy to do that. We'll get more of the story.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She says exactly, Carla.
Yeah, your mom was dipping in something that she just had no idea, because she was so pissed that she really put, that intention, that will that people put in there when they are not in the right mindset. No,
That's
no worries.
fine.
No apologies, honey. No
so
apologies.
Interesting. To be able to have the power to create, to bring in and create, because we know that these energies that are dark and little, they have to be piled onto and brought to life. Okay, so to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you go from a non-sentient being to a Gumby or an imp sentient being to a Hat Man. So that takes a lot. That's a lot of emotion. That's a lot of fear, a lot of anger, something to bring it in. Oh, she was often pissed.
Yeah. She went for like the 10-mile radius. She's like, you know what? Everybody who's within a 10-mile radius, they can.
Yeah. So there has to be a severing of ties, and he's a strong entity. That's the one thing attached to you or your environment in your home. This makes it a little bit more difficult, because if somebody just wanders in your house, let's banish him. Something's been here for a while. Okay, let's banish that. This one's been with you. That tends to grow in everything that you've gone through, and be a part of you. So Tammy can figure out how to dislodge, and then not just do that. He has to be cast out.
Right.
Yeah. Because he was created in rage.
Yeah. And then after that, what can happen, Jennifer, is if you want I think you said your ex to go, then definitely a soul rescue is a very loving thing in which you have an ancestor or an angelic come and take them over to the other side. And that could happen if he wishes to go. So if you want that. A lot of people, like I say, they just love to have their ghosts there. And it really is hard when you've got, you go into a haunted house and you've got a ghost that is a young one, or one that's very tormented, and you're not allowed to take them over to the other side, or to have somebody come over and take them to the other side, because those people are making money off of them.
Yeah.
They're making money to have people come in and feel the ghosts. And, and say it's
perfect
haunted.
example, like what do you call it, that you know, a perfect example. What is that girl that killed her parents at, what's her name?
Lizzie Borden?
Lizzie Borden. That's exactly what they do there.
Oh yeah.
It's a similar thing. It's a attraction for those.
So Jennifer says there's always ghosts, always. I don't know why. You know what? Are you intuitive? Are you psychic? Because they love it. They're attracted to that. They can be attracted because there's a dark thing there. If they're dark, they can be attracted because a lot of ghosts are looky-loos. So they'll come over here to a window and
Right.
they'll fly up and look in. They'll, come in sometimes if I have a ward down because they're interested. They see magic. They see this intuition. They want to communicate. So they'll be around. So I have a very good friend. And when she was young, she was born with a veil in Louisiana. Scary stuff anyway, right there. And grandma lived near the mortuary, and she would, as a child, see the ghost floating down the road and with smoke under their feet. And then she would, they would beeline it to the veranda and talk. I know, Palo Soto. And try to speak to her, but she couldn't understand. It was like mumbling. But they were attracted to her. They were on a path down the road. And why they weren't taken to the other side, I don't know why, but she said to be going down the road, and they would just turn and come right in front of the patio or the porch veranda. And so they're attracted. It's like bugs to a light. Truly, bugs to a light. I'm attracted to their light. So maybe have that light that they want to be around.
Well, what I'm getting is that he's bringing them there. He's bringing them there.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm getting. He's bringing them there.
The Hat Men are like, let's say they have ghost friends. They are in tune and interacting with other ghosts in the building, for sure. This one did. He could compel. He could compel people to do stuff, because when I got down in the basement, and I'd never been in that place before, and I kept saying, we have a Hat Man, we have a Hat Man, we have a Hat Man. And I go down into the basement and go through, and I say, anybody get a light? I need a light up here. I need lights, because I got to have lights up there on that wall. And there's this little ledge with a giant oil painting, a portrait of a guy with angel wings and fire coming up. It was crazy. Hat down, fedora, and some kind of crazy lettering. And he had a hat on, a fedora. And I'm like, he compelled someone to find that painting and bring it down. And they made like an altar to him with the drippy candle way up there. And
wow.
This is crazy, but yet they want to keep him there. I don't think he's done anything except for push Chris that one time. But, they tend to be able to have some power. Hat Man has power. That's why I'm like, they're stronger when we go up in the thing before we get to demon and stuff. There's this thing. And so Hat Man's a little bit down here. He's strong and he can think for himself. Yeah. So when you get to the Gumbies that bite and scratch, they can be controlled. So they have a little bit of awareness. But the things under that, the Scrabblies, the things that hang and all that, they don't think. They just attract the fear or anger of what's going on. Especially if you're scared all the time. So Jennifer, we're going to fix this for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because the apartment building, I can see that. Yeah, because everybody's so low vibration energy. He's loving it there. Because with all the fear that's going on in the world right now, with everything, that's like freaking buffet.
I know. Stuff. I know, because I know we see a spirit and we don't think anything of it. I never do. It's just like a person. I'm not whatever. But to other people, to have something happen. When I think of when things fly in my house, and my girlfriend, she had an entity that was bad, and it would crash, fly open the cabinet in front of her and her son, and to get glasses. The wine glasses would fly out across the room and crash. I mean, I'm like, and then little fires and all kinds of stuff. So you can't have that stuff in your house. But the ordinary people, if you live around in a community or an apartment building or something, they have something come to their house that gives fear, and it goes, yes, I'm gonna feed this.
Feed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, definitely. And it's hard because when you don't know what people are doing in their apartments, when you live in a complex, you don't know what people are doing in there. So that's
or what to bring in.
That's right.
You know, this is a topic for another show, how people now, especially the young girls and guys, are fascinated with vampires. They're fascinated with witches. They're fascinated with the occult, and they're the Ouija board and all kinds of stuff. And they don't know what they're doing. They're not mentored. And so this is that's that reality show that we were filming for Hollywood last February, and we called everything off. It was called Young Coven, and I hope we do it. It's where I mentor 4 young, beautiful women, young girls in Wiccan and witch stuff and energy and everything, a full rounded metaphysical thing, so that they are not, challenging things. They are not opening portals. They're not getting themselves to where they're going to have an entity with them forever. And this is something not to be played with, but there's a fascination now to get the candles. And have you guys heard or feel that way? I just know that they're going, and Janine had seen them sacrifice a cat or a squirrel in the Balboa Park, and all kinds of crazy stuff now, because it's cool. They watch the movies, they watch the movies. They want to drink blood or do some crazy stuff. So unhealthy things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So they have to, it has to be right. And I know that there's solitary practitioners. I know people learn on their own. But when we get into this type of stuff, you really need to be mentored. We need to really be a good researcher or be mentored and be taught how to take care of this stuff. And number one, how to protect ourselves. There's not one of us that are going to walk in. You saw Carla with the Palo Santo. There's not one of us that's going to walk into this apartment or a house or anything without knowing that we're protected.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you just don't know where you're going. Before, I would just kind of go and stare, and now I know better. Now I know a lot better after all my, time of training and doing my homework.
I've had people go to the cemeteries with me, and entities will get somebody to come over and get in my face, literally get in my face, so I'm not watching. And because I have all the protective stuff, and I put it into play, and I go around everybody's cars, I do all that stuff, got all my stuff, and then I'll hear something, and there'll be somebody pushed, there'll be somebody getting scratched or something like that. But on the whole, that when we go, people just get tapped on the shoulder or pulled on their hair a little bit. But you never know what's going to happen when you walk into it. So you have to have those protections in. Absolutely. Yeah. And we don't go looking for trouble. Don't do that. There's people that have dedicated their lives to offensive magic. And people that do black magic, they're at risk, but that is what they've decided to do, free will. But on the whole, you guys don't go looking for it, And everybody wants
Ouija boards. Yeah, stay away from Ouija boards.
Yep.
Don't get me on my soapbox. You know how I feel about ding dongs and Ouija boards. I'm gonna create a show. It's called Ding Dongs and Ouija Boards.
I agree with that. I agree because, I have people that in my family that use it for communication, and they're confident in what they're doing, but they're not trained like I am. Trained like I am means I'm not going to do it.
This is the thing. If this is how I work. This is how I do my thing. Okay, I know if I'm familiar with somebody's vibration, when they come to me and they talk to me, I know it's them. Because I feel at ease in what I'm doing. Now, when people start messing, they know nothing. They absolutely know nothing. They start messing with the Ouija board and a voice comes, oh, hi, I'm your grandma, or I'm this whatever. I bet you 9 times out of 10, it is not your sweet little grandmother. It's not somebody who you think it is. And you cannot decipher who it is because you're not tapped into their vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, just like some people, like we always talk about kids, when a spirit shows himself as a kid, how many times out of 10 is that truly a child?
Mm-mm.
Right. Right.
No,
Very rarely is it a child.
don't. Yeah, don't.
And see
No.
some people, oh, hey, come on over, come on. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
And the next thing you
That's
know,
what
they're
they
calling me, Debbie or Tammy. Hey, can you come and clear this out?
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Exactly.
big house.
And that's
Exactly.
definitely another show. We should do a bloopers.
Oh my. Spiritual bloopers. I love it.
But those things are just deceptive, and they want to give you. This is when you get untruths. You get the wrong information,
Yes.
and then you really feel you're going to go this way, and it's not good because they just want to mess with you. And and then again, if you use a Ouija board and you're opening a portal, and Carla can tell you about that, do you close it? They just leave it and walk away or whatever.
Well, what happens?
You
They
get
get
an open
spooked.
portal.
Yeah, they get spooked. They open it up. Somebody responds, and then they're like, "Oh my god!" They get spooked out. And what's the first thing they do? They
They
take
run.
their hand off of the little thing.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, they take their hand off, and then they run and they leave the Ouija board there. And what do? They get even more spooked, and they grab it and they throw it in the trash, or they throw it in the fireplace, whatever, and they leave it open. You have to
Right.
close the portal right there on right where you have to say goodbye. Bye.
When
No.
you watch some of the paranormal shows like the Dead Files and stuff like that, the people will say, yeah, I had we had a Ouija board that we were playing with, and this when it all started. Matter of fact, there's one episode where the guy said that, and that's the guy that approached us, and we have him in our book, The Little Book of Big Evil, and he was on the Dead Files. And he said, yeah, we started with the Ouija board. We thought it'd be fun. And it's whatever came through. You got to look. A lot of times the mediums will see like this dark circle, big dark circle, could be huge.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll see hands trying to
Mhm.
come out
Mhm.
and grab and scratch and pull something in.
Mhm.
All going, and you have to stay away from those things. So you certainly don't want to create one because you don't know what's going to come in.
Absolutely.
You've got. Sometimes I'm trying to get my friend has an IQ of like 196, and we talk about time and we talk about dimensions, and I want him to talk to you guys about the dimensions because it's going to blow your mind. Like you will not gather, get it together that there's so many.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you have to be careful. I was really worried when my friend said, oh, I went up and I took this, week course on pranic. It's like a pranic healing. In pranic healing, they'll grab something and discharge it into the earth or discharge it into water, things like that when they're healing. And he says, well, we take it and we discharge it into another dimension. And I said, wait.
No.
You know that there's other people or other things or other entities living in that dimension, and you're taking the bad stuff, the disease, and
Sending it there.
we're going to go put that disease. And I said, "What do you do? No. No, I don't really like the idea of discharging anything to the earth either. But I always discharge it. I take it and I give it to the angelics. Take it to where it does no harm for they know where to put it. So I do that. You look.
That's so crazy.
Did we ever watch Haunted with Derek? I don't really
I
tend
don't
to
watch TV.
So I'm too busy. But she's mostly stage. Well, you know what, Kate? When they were doing my television show, the producer, she told me, she says every reality show is staged. It's scripted.
Yeah.
It's scripted, And I was so dashed. I said, no, I want it to be free and we're going to take it as it goes. She goes, no, that's not how it works in Hollywood. So I was like, well, let's just go do my own show, you know?
Yeah.
But,
selling the real ways doesn't pay because people want like drama and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And some of the producers, associate producers and stuff cause it. They tell them, I want you to bring this up, you know, or whatever. See what they do. Put the people together and all that.
Yeah.
But, you know, the paranormal shows to me are super disappointing. The ghost, paranormal investigator ones, because we've all done that. And especially when they go screaming or like, the pin roll. Oh my God, the pin! Did you get that? Don't, Derek, funny. Pin, come back.
Yeah.
The pin roll. And it was just like freaking pin.
Yeah.
You know, my dad worked for a news station for 35 years, and he taught me reality TV should be called Escape from Reality Television, because that's what the people really want.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, all of a sudden the introvert is like the biggest party animal in town. She's cured. We cured the introvert. It's like, no. She never was, bro. She never was.
I don't know.
Love it.
You know, it just yeah. So you take it with a grain of salt when you see something on television and the movie, you know, if there was a movie made out of it, it's always, you know, they put fiction in it because we're not going to set through going the pin rolled.
Yeah.
We're not setting through that. But what hypes up the energy is these full grown, I almost said a word, men running from something. Because I'm always screaming, you're supposed to run towards it. Investigators, go.
Right.
Yeah. And they're like, they're running. Oh my God, I got scratched or whatever. And you know, they need to have mediums and psychics with them. What the hell are you guys thinking?
Right.
So
you know what?
If you're going to be so baloney doing it, they'll bring in a medium so they can actually tell you what's going on.
Right. Well, maybe they got her to lie so much she's gonna lose her skills. You gotta always walk in your truth.
Karma.
You gotta walk in your truth. That's right. The minute you start stepping out and not walking in your truth, you lose your gifts.
Well, you know what? We didn't get to do readings for people. I'm sorry about that. But on Friday.
Friday we'll be doing free readings.
CARLA and I, we may be changing up the time, you know, some of our shows, our schedule for upcoming holidays and things like that. So, but Friday we are going to do 3 p.m. free readings. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And we just go and we help and we just do reading after reading after reading. So look for that. You know, I'll be making maybe tomorrow the StreamYard for it, the stream where you can watch it from. But we'll do readings for you that day. Okay. So Tammy, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good to see everyone.
Anytime. And if you'd like to do a commercial for YouTube, would you let me know? Because
definitely.
I just love your Etsy shop. We want to uplift your business and all the services that you have. And they can PM you and check your Facebook. All your links are in the post. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. And
thank you.
Again, we're not going to be here on the 25th. CARLA, you're doing a show on Saturday, right?
Yes, I will be here on Saturday.
1 p.m.?
1 p.m., 1 to 2.
And you're so much fun. And then you give such good advice and everything, and then you do a reading or two. So see CARLA then. And you guys, I will see you Friday if you guys are on free readings. Other than that, you guys have a safe week next week, okay? Now, I predicted mid to end of November. I'm saying it again. I'm hunkering down now with my family. I saw that back in April. And COVID's very, very high. So I know that something may be coming again. And a really famous numerologist just came out last week. And she named the 14th and the 26th. As much as they, on George Norrie, it was the numbers lady, they wanted to go and talk about 2021, and they went to commercial and came back and said, let's talk about that. She said, no. Let's talk about now, November. And she said 14th, mid, 26th, toward the end. And I've been saying this since April. U.S. suffers a lot of losses, and it looks like it's going that way. So stay extra safe for this month, okay? And we will see you on December 2nd, I believe.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will tomorrow. I actually, Carla, am probably going to pass on free readings on the 27th too. So
Okay, whatever. Just tell me.
We have vacation next week.
Yeah. No worries.
Okay. Hi, Carlos. We'll talk to you guys later. And
Absolutely.
Jennifer, I'll talk to you. All right. Tammy, you're such a blessing. We love having you on anytime.
Thank you so much.
We love
you. Love you too.
Contact Tammy if you need anything. All right. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.